All right, let's talk about the 2026 GMC Terrain. It's rolling in with a brand new, really bold design and an interior that honestly feels like it was pulled from a much more expensive car. But here's the thing. It's jumping into one of the toughest, most crowded segments out there. So the real question is, are those premium looks and comfy seats enough to make it the right choice for you?
And yeah, that's really the heart of it, isn't it? The Terrain is trying to give you that upscale, stylish vibe in a practical, everyday package. But with so many amazing competitors, we've got to ask, does it actually deliver on that promise? Or is it just a case of style over substance? Let's dig in and find out. Okay, so first things first, let's get our bearings. What exactly are we looking at with the 2026 Terrain? And where does it really fit in the grand scheme of today's SUV world? So think of the Terrain as the more dressed-up cousin to the Chevy Equinox. You've got three main flavors to choose from. The starting point is the Elevation, then there's the more rugged-looking AT4, and at the top you have the fancy Denali. But, and this is important, under the hood they all share the exact same thing, a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine. Just keep that little detail in your back pocket, because it's going to be a major talking point in a few minutes.
All right, let's start with the good stuff, the case for buying the Terrain. Every vehicle has its highlights, and this is where GMC's compact SUV really tries to win you over. Let's look at the big reasons you might find yourself really drawn to this thing. This quote right here, it absolutely nails the Terrain's #1 mission. The whole goal is to give you an interior that feels way more expensive than it actually is. And honestly, when it comes to creating a comfortable, modern, and just plain nice place to sit, this is where the Terrain seriously shines. It really does punch above its weight.
And you see that focus on a premium experience everywhere you look. GMC put real effort into crafting a high-quality cabin, from the soft-touch materials to the surprisingly generous legroom in the back. That feeling carries over to the outside, too, with this bold, kind of mini-truck look that definitely helps it stand out from some of the, let's say, more bland-looking competition.
15 inches. I mean, just look at that. That's the size of the gigantic infotainment screen that's sitting right in the middle of the dashboard. It's a huge statement, and it's a very clear signal that they are not messing around when it comes to tech.
And you know what else is a huge part of the appeal? The sheer amount of great stuff that comes standard. We're talking even on the base models. You get Google built in right from the factory, plus heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and a whole bunch of safety features like adaptive cruise control. That's a ton of value packed in right from the get-go.
All right, but, and there's always a but, right? No car is perfect. The Terrain makes some pretty big trade-offs to achieve that style and comfort, and you absolutely need to know what they are. So it's time for a little reality check.
So after all that praise for the comfy interior and the fancy tech, what's the catch? What's the one thing that reviewers and owners keep bringing up over and over again? What's the one thing that might just be a deal breaker for you? And there it is, that 1.5-liter engine we talked about earlier. Look, if you care about performance at all, if you enjoy a bit of punch when you hit the gas, or you just want to feel confident merging onto a busy highway, this engine is, well, it's consistently called out as a big letdown. It's just not very powerful. It's all about a smoothie, comfortable ride, not a thrilling.
And here's the part that's kind of frustrating. You'd think a small engine like that would at least get you amazing gas mileage, right? But the Terrain's fuel economy is just fine. It's mediocre. When you look at it next to huge rivals like the Honda CR-V or the Toyota RAV4, you can see a real gap. They'll just take you further on a tank of gas, plain and simple.
Which brings us to another huge miss in today's market. With the Terrain, you get one engine choice. That's it. Take it or leave it.
Meanwhile, pretty much every single one of its major competitors offers not just a regular gas engine, but also a super efficient hybrid option. That gives buyers a choice the GMC just doesn't. You know, this is a classic trap you can fall into when you're car shopping. The base elevation model, it actually offers a pretty solid package for the money. But the problem is that value gets weaker and weaker the more you spend. By the time you're looking at a top-of-the-line Denali, you're paying an amount of money that could get you a more powerful or way more efficient competitor, or even a base model from an actual luxury brand. So, when you lay it all out like this, side by side, the picture gets really clear really fast. Compared to the big dogs in the class, the Terrain just doesn't have a hybrid option, its fuel economy isn't as good, and the driving experience isn't as engaging. Its strengths are all about comfort and looks, but on paper, with these hard numbers, it definitely struggles. So where does all this leave us? We've seen the good, we've definitely seen the bad. Now let's put it all together and give you some honest advice to help you figure out if the 2026 GMC Terrain is the right SUV for you. Okay, let's just break it down super simple. Think of this as your personal checklist. If you find yourself reading the points on the left and nodding your head saying, "Yep, that's me," then the Terrain could actually be a fantastic fit. But if the points on the right are hitting a little too close to home, you should probably keep looking. It really just boils down to what you care about most in a new car. So the bottom line is this. The 2026 GMC Terrain is a vehicle that knows exactly what it is. It has made a choice. It's a comfort-first, style-driven SUV. It's fantastic at giving you a premium-feeling cabin that's loaded with cool features. But in making that choice, it also chose not to be a leader in horsepower, fuel efficiency, or how it stacks up against its toughest rivals. And that really brings us to the final question, the one I want to leave you with. In a market this packed with so many excellent do-it-all options, is just being the most comfortable and stylish one in the room enough to earn your hard-earned money? Well, the answer to that depends entirely on you.